exam and CLAT examination. So do visit AKS IAS Academy and also the website of AKS IAS Academy. And about me, I am Sandeep Bhushan and my credentials are: I have 10 years of teaching experience for civil services. I teach international relations and internal security and also the analysis of the Hindu newspaper. And this session will certainly help you because throughout my session I would be emphasizing on the importance of keywords and the key phrases, wherein by emphasizing on this we can identify the factual, analytical and conceptual questions for the preliminary examinations. And while you imbibe the keywords and the key phrases in your answer writing would be precise and concise, and you would score higher marks in the mains examinations. So this session, that is AKS IAS Academy Daily News Analysis, will certainly score you higher marks for the mains 2020 as well as for the prelims and mains 2021. So do follow the entire session of AKS IAS Academy Daily News Analysis by Sandeep Bhushan. And this session is in regards to the daily newspaper analysis, that is DNA of the Hindu newspaper of today's, that is 21st November 2020. And before we get into the DNA, we would look at the quote of the day. And the quote of the day is: it's going to be hard, but hard does not mean impossible. So certainly there would be some hiccups which might feel that they are impossible, but certainly we can overcome that, and definitely the path what you have selected and we all have selected would be certainly hard, but it is not impossible. So do not give up, keep going ahead, and you will certainly make sure that you attain success. And before I get in the DNA, I would say a warm welcome to everyone. Good morning to all who are in the live and also in the live chat. David Kumar, D. Suvarna and everyone who are in the live also, a warm welcome to you all to the daily news analysis at AKS IAS Academy. And now we'll focus at the news which is in the Hindu newspaper, and we will look at the keyword, that is contempt action against comedian. So Attorney General of India K.K. Venugopal has given his consent, his approval to initiate a fresh contempt case against the comedian, that is Kunal Kamra, because the Attorney General has given an assent to initiate a fresh contempt action against the comedian because the Attorney General feels that his tweet and the photograph what he has tweeted, the comedian Kunal Kamra, this tweet and photograph of two fingers are grossly vulgar and obnoxious. So as the tweet and photograph with two fingers is, as per Attorney General K.K. Venugopal, is grossly vulgar and obnoxious, and therefore it deliberately insult the Chief Justice of India. So certainly as it is insulting the Chief Justice of India, that is the tweet and the photograph by the comedian Kunal Kamra, Attorney General K.K. Venugopal has given his assent, that is he has given his approval to initiate a fresh contempt court of action against comedian Kunal Kamra. And Venugopal has certainly looked at the tweet which has been posted on November 18th, and the tweet by the comedian on November 18th certainly lowers the authority of the Supreme Court, and it undermines the public confidence onto the Supreme Court. So definitely K.K. Venugopal, Attorney General, has looked at the tweet in a way that it lowers the authority of the Supreme Court and it also undermines the public confidence. So there are two reasons here, that is lowering the authority of the Supreme Court and undermining. These are the two keywords which the Attorney General of India K.K. Venugopal has looked into it, and he has given an assent or consent to initiate a fresh contempt action against comedian Kunal Kamra against his tweet and photograph which has lowered the authority and undermined the public confidence onto the Supreme Court. And the consent letter by Attorney General is as per the Contempt of Court Act. So the consent letter is as per the Contempt of Courts Act. and definitely it was in reply to a complaint. The complaint was made by an advocate Anuj Singh from Uttar Pradesh, and by the complaint or on because of the complaint made by the advocate from Uttar Pradesh, Attorney General has given his consent letter under the Contempt of Court Act to initiate a fresh contempt action against stand-up comedian Kunal Kamra. And this is the second consent which is being given by the Attorney General for the contempt actions against the comedian, because the earlier one, which was because of the tweet which Kunal Kamra, that is the comedian, he has tweeted on the decision of the Supreme Court granting interim bail to the Arnab Goswami, who is the Republic TV editor-in-chief. So the earlier one, that is the consent given by KK Venugopal, was earlier when the Supreme Court has given interim bail. He has tweeted his decision. He was not happy with the comedian was not happy with the decision of the Supreme Court on granting interim bail to Republic TV editor-in-chief, that is Arnab Goswami. And Mr. Kamra has refused to apologize or retract the tweet, that is to remove his tweets also. So definitely now the court has taken an initiative, and the consent is been given, the consent letter is been given by the Attorney General KK Venugopal to initiate an contempt action against the comedian Kamra. So definitely this is the one which is very, very important, because the point or the keyword what we need to focus is the contempt of court or contempt action. And contempt action is per what? It is as per Contempt of Court Act. Contempt of Court Act, because it lowers the authority and it undermines the public confidence, which were by the tweets by Kunal Kamra and the photographs of two fingers which he has put forth, which deliberately insult the Chief Justice of India. And now we will look at the another news which talks about the digital health mission. And this mission, this is again very important or crucial information for the prelims and mains perspective, because all the missions which have been taken up by the government of India or the central government has to be focused very thoroughly. And one of the mission which is that we are focusing today is in regards to the digital health mission. And this is now ready to be rolled out nationwide. And the chairman of National Health Authority NHA and the CEO of Ayushman Bharat has said, that is Dr. Indu Bhushan has said, National Digital Health Mission is almost ready and it is for a nationwide rollout. So the one who is now making it very clear that the National Digital Health Mission, National Digital Health Mission is almost ready to be rolled out nationwide, is the chairman of National Health Authority, and the CEO of Ayushman Bharat is Dr. Indu Bhushan. He has made it very clear about the National Digital Health Mission. And definitely now the National Health Digital Mission is strengthened by the IT framework. Look at it. The NDHM is being strengthened by the Information and Technology Framework, which will make the entire mission to be ready across the country, and that is called as the National Digital Health Mission. And that now what is the keyword here, what we need to focus is IT framework, because IT framework has strengthened the National Digital Health Mission. Please focus on the interlinking of two different issues, that is Information and Technology Framework or rules and regulations, which has strengthened the National Digital Health Mission. So there is a link or role of IT or information technology in regards to strengthening the National Digital Health Mission is the point what you need to focus and then prepare conceptually and then also analytically for the prelims and mains examination. And while he was talking, that is Indu Bhushan, while he was talking at the Bangalore Tech Summit 2020, he has made various statements or points, and now we will look at what he has said on the sidelines of the Bangalore Tech Summit 2020 in regards to the National Digital Health Mission, and he has said that this mission was launched in 6 union territories and it is set for the entire nationwide launch, but prior or first it is been launched in the 6 union territories, and all these points are crucial for prelims and also as short notes for your mains examination in regards to the National Digital Health Mission. So all these points please do take it into consideration. The National Digital Health Mission is launched in 6 union territories and later on it will be rolled out nationwide. And healthcare sector now is emerging as the largest sector in India. Please do understand this point. Healthcare sector is the one which is being emerging as the largest sector in India, and this, that is the healthcare sector, is becoming, or it is now on the brink of as becoming a threshold for the digital health mission. So there is a link between the healthcare sector and the digital health nation. Please do understand here the points. 2 keywords are very crucial, which there is a link. Healthcare sector is now the largest sector and it is becoming a threshold for the digital health nation, and the mission, that is NDHM, National Digital Health Mission, is of the new digital health program, and this new digital health program or the mission will provide affordable medical health facilities to all the citizens. So what is the keyword here is affordable. Affordable medical health facilities has to be provided is the main motto of the National Digital Health Mission by the central government. And in regards to the Ayushman Bharat Universal Health Insurance Scheme, almost 500 million people have been covered under the insurance scheme, that is Ayushman Bharat Universal Health Insurance Scheme last 1 year, and the health coverage per each in regards to the health insurance is rupees 5 lakh per household. Please do understand, not per person, per household, and this has been provided across 24,000 networked hospitals which are part of the Ayushman Bharat Universal Health Insurance Scheme taken up by the Government of India, and this is definitely part of the new digital health program which will provide affordable medical health facilities, and definitely 17,000 crores have been spent to cover the treatment of 1.4 crore beneficiaries under the Ayushman Bharat Universal Health Scheme. So definitely the Ayushman Bharat is now 100% transaction based model, and it is now successful, and it will definitely be rolled out across the nation by the robust IT systems, and the robust IT system will definitely focus on not compromising on the security, not compromising on the security, and the privacy will be taken into consideration. That means protecting the privacy and not compromising on the security will be taken up by implementing the robust IT system in the Universal Bharat Health Insurance Scheme or part of the National Digital Health Mission. So these are the keywords or the points which you need to focus, which have been discussed in regards to the NDHM by the Hindu Bhushan, who is the chairman of the National Health Authority and CEO of Ayushman Bharat. And before I get into the next topic, I would say very good morning to Gaurav Naidu and Madhu also. A warm welcome to you all. And the another news which is in regards to wherein Indian news broadcaster, that is NDTV, on November 19, 2020 has reported in the television that Chinese have built a residential area called as Panda Village in the Bhutan territory. Please do understand, in the Bhutan territory, and this was by the news broadcaster, that is NDTV, which has said that Chinese have built the residential area, or it is named as the Panda Village in the Bhutan territory, So when this was broadcasted, the envoy or the ambassador of Bhutan has told or reported the Hindu saying that the constructions of the Chinese village, which is called as the Panda village, inside the Bhutan's territory is incorrect. Please do understand. So an explanation or a statement is being given by the envoy of Bhutan, that is ambassador of Bhutan, that is Wetsop Namgyal, wherein he has said to the Hindu that the construction of the Chinese village, that is Panda village, in the Bhutan's sovereign territory is incorrect, and definitely which has been part of it, he made it very clear, no Chinese village has been constructed in the Bhutan side, and he has also emphasized, that is the envoy of Bhutan has emphasized that the construction is near the side of the Doklam Plateau, wherein there was a confrontation between India and Chinese troops in the Doklam Plateau in the year 2017, that is at the Tri junction, that is between India, China and Bhutan, that is at the Doklam Plateau. So the envoy of Bhutan has made it very clear there is no Chinese construction of village in the Bhutan's territory, but rather there are settlements. Please do understand, but rather there are settlements near the site of the Doklam Plateau, wherein there was confrontation between India and Chinese troops in the year 2017. So definitely Bhutan has given its explanation or statement in regards to the Chinese construction of village, Panda village, in its territory. And now we'll focus at the another point, what is the link between India and Bhutan. So when we are talking of the pandemic link, that is between India and Bhutan. So definitely now we need to focus it even in regards to the mains perspective, because there is a definitely India and Bhutan are moving together to or coming up with a various plan to contain the COVID-19 pandemic situation, and definitely India is coordinating very particularly with Bhutan, that is the Himalayan country, to have a plans for containment for the COVID-19 pandemic situation. So there could be a question in regards to the India-Bhutan pandemic links. India-Bhutan pandemic links. On the India-Bhutan pandemic links, how we are, India is trying to get close to the Himalayan country, that we are, that is India is making a plans for containment of COVID-19 pandemic situation or SARS-CoV-2 virus in even the Himalayan country. And definitely the other point of is that the relation between India and Bhutan is India has launched the second phase of RuPay card. This is again very crucial for the mains examination as a short note. So India has launched the second phase of RuPay card, that is in Bhutan as electronically. And Prime Minister Modi, by launching the second phase of RuPay card in Bhutan, has assured the Bhutan's counterpart, that is Lotus Shering, that Bhutan's requirement from India's perspective, Bhutan's requirements from India's perspective will be top priority. Please do understand. So the Prime Minister of India is certainly making it very clear that the India-Bhutan relations are cordial, and he has made it very clear that the Bhutan's requirement for India is at the top priority, and these statements were made to or given assurance to Lotus Shering, that is the counterpart of India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while he has launched the second phase of RuPay card virtually. And this RuPay card will increase the domain of digital transaction. This is a keyword, domain. So how the RuPay card will increase the domain of digital transactions in Bhutan, and how India is definitely trying to be part of the digital transaction in Bhutan, or how India is certainly taking the Bhutan's requirement as a top priority and then adding value to the digital transactions in Bhutan. And he has made it very clear, that is the Prime Minister of India has made it very clear, Bhutan is now a full partner in the RuPay network. So again, it is in regards to the pandemic links and also in regards to the information and technology wise also, that the RuPay network, through the RuPay network now Bhutan is definitely a full partner with India. And when we look at the Rupee card, launching of the Rupee card, Bhutan is the second country wherein India has launched the Rupee card, and prior to Bhutan, the first country is India has launched is in Singapore. Again, this is the prelims perspective, conceptual ideas you need to take it into consideration, wherein this can be part of your short notes also. So Bhutan is the second country to accept Rupee card after Singapore. So which is the first country to, India to launch the Rupee card outside India offshore is Singapore. Second is Bhutan. And definitely now in the second phase, we can understand that Bhutanese banks or the banks in Bhutan will be able to issue Rupee card for the Bhutanese citizens after the launch or second phase of launch of the Rupee card in Bhutan. So certainly the kind of the news of construction of Chinese villages in the sovereign Bhutan territory and the response by the statement of the envoy of Bhutan, and then linking it with the India-Bhutan phase 2 launch of Rupee card, and how India is definitely trying to be part of the domain, increasing the domain of digital transaction in Bhutan. So all these are very crucial information to add as a short note for the mains examinations. And before I get into the next topic, I would say very good morning to Harika and then Gaurav Naidu. Very good morning. And the another news is definitely India is India has made it very clear, or yes, it has told to United Nations Security Council how important it is to make sure that there is peace restored in Afghanistan. There is peace restored in Afghanistan. That is why India at the United Nations, or it has told to the United Nations Security Council that it is necessary for immediate Afghan ceasefire. So there has to be a peace restored now in Afghanistan, and in that direction India has told the United Nations Security Council for immediate comprehensive ceasefire. This is a keyword. So India is for immediate comprehensive ceasefire, in Afghanistan, and by making sure that there is an immediate comprehensive ceasefire, India is welcoming various opportunities that will bring back peace in Afghanistan. That is Afghan reconciliation process. India is certainly trying to be part of it to make sure that the peace is restored back in Afghanistan. And definitely India has articulated by its permanent representatives of the United Nations, that is T.S. Tirumurthy, at an UNSC meeting on November 20, and which was convened under the ARIA formula. So this formula is again keyword, ARIA formula. So it is named under a person, that is Venezuela citizen Diego Aria, wherein it has initiated an informal discussion or request by the United Nations security members to come up with the plans or come up with the various plans so that it will be applicable to restore peace in various countries across the world. So the formula is very important, ARIA formula, and the name it has been derived by a person, Diego Aria. And definitely the current and the incoming members of the United Nations Security Councils have spoke about how the council would support, how the United Nations Security Council would support restoring the Afghan peace process, which is certainly very important, because we need to, the world has to put an end to the terrorist safe havens and the sanctuaries which are operating across the Durand Line. So Durand Line is very important again for the geography map based questions. So we need to focus how and news can be covered from current affairs or geography map based or various other pertaining to the prelims perspective. So Durand Line is the one which you need to focus. between which two following countries? And India is concerned about definitely about the Afghan peace process or Afghan reconciliation peace process. And India was concerned about the withdrawal. When we are talking about the withdrawal, it is a premature. What India says is the withdrawal by NATO and US coalition forces from Afghanistan after almost 13 years was a premature withdrawal, because now there is a situation that the terrorist networks now can target not only the Afghan government, but there is a possibility that they might target even India. So in that regards, India has said that withdrawal by the NATO and US coalition forces from Afghanistan was certainly a premature withdrawal. So definitely India has raised the concern at the UNSC, which was convened under the ARIA formula. So this is crucial. And there is another news which talks about the Malabar exercise. We have looked at this Malabar exercise a fortnight ago, and now we are again focusing it because now the Malabar exercise has come to an end, in the Indo-Pacific region. And the Malabar exercise, which was taken up on definitely is now concluded on November 20 yesterday, and the exercise was the 24th edition, and the entire Malabar exercise definitely has emphasized on the participating countries, that is the 4 nations, which is supposed to support free, open, inclusive Indo-Pacific as well as rule-based international orders. So the 4 countries which have been participated in the 24th edition of Malabar exercise is to support free, open, inclusive Indo-Pacific and rule-based international orders. So these are all keywords which you need to focus to be included as part of your short notes for the mains examination. So along with that, there was another exercise, that is the 30th edition of India-Thailand CORPAT or Coordinated Patrol. Coordinated Patrol was between India and Thailand, and it was the 30th edition, and which has been concluded in the Andaman Sea, which close to the Strait of Malacca. So you have a strait that is called as Strait of Malacca, and there in the Andaman Sea, the 30th edition of Coordinated Patrol between India and Thailand has also been concluded. So there are 2 exercises which have been concluded. One is Malabar exercise and the other one is the India-Thailand Coordinated Patrol. So definitely the Coordinated Patrol in the Andaman Sea has delivered food aid to South Sudan. So this is again very important for mains answer as part of the short note. So how CORPAT or India-Thailand Coordinated Patrol in the Andaman Sea, which is very close to the strategic area of Strait of Malacca, has delivered food aid to which of the following countries? It is South Sudan in Western Indian Ocean, and delivering the food aid to South Sudan is under the Mission Sagar 2. This is another keyword. So definitely the participation of the Malabar exercise of the 24th edition was by the indigenously built missile corvette, that is INS Karmuk, which is again very important for the prelims perspective, and Thailand frigate HTMS Kraburi with the Dornier Maritime Patrol aircraft, part of the India-Thailand Coordinated Patrol of the 30th edition, which has been concluded along with the 24th edition of exercise Malabar in the Indo-Pacific region. And definitely this exercise was by 4 countries, that is India, Australia, Japan and US, and we have seen that Australia has joined the Malabar exercise for the first time since 2007. So after 2007, it was only in 2020 November Australia had joined back in the Malabar exercise, and this exercise was The format of the exercise is, again keyword, this is the keyword. What is the format which has been conducted in the naval exercise, that is the Malabar exercise, is non-contact at sea. And definitely this exercise has been taken up by dual carrier along with the surface and anti-submarine warfare exercise, seamanship evolution, weapon firings. All these were taken into consideration or part of the operation which were part of the Malabar 2020, and thereby all these were part of the exercise demonstrating the synergy, coordination and interoperability between India, Australia, Japan and US. And definitely the phase 2 of the Malabar exercise is definitely participated by US aircraft carrier groups and also INS Vikramaditya, that is along with USS Nimitz in the phase 2, and P8 long range maritime reconnaissance aircraft for anti-submarine warfare drills. So the P8 long range maritime reconnaissance aircraft were used for anti-submarine warfare drills along with the INS Vikramaditya and USS Nimitz, which was part of the Malabar exercise. And the exercise also included flying operations, advanced air defense exercises by MiG-29 fighter jets of INS Vikramaditya and also F-18 or FA-18 fighters, E-2C Hawkeye aircraft from US Nimitz. So if we look at MiG-29 fighters was from INS Vikramaditya, and F-18 fighters and E-2C Hawkeye aircrafts were from USS Nimitz. So these were the one which were part of the naval exercises, that is Malabar exercise. So very important is the one which has been concluded on November 20 is the Malabar exercise and the India-Thailand coordinated patrol exercise, and the one which were aircrafts which were part of the machine, the entire Malabar exercise 24th one. And the Corpot was in regards to that is coordinated patrol between India and Thailand, was part of the delivering food aid to South Sudan as part of the mission Sagar 2. So these are all very, very important information for the prelims as well as mains, part of short notes. And UNICEF has come up with a report and the report titled is Averting a Lost COVID Generation. So this has focused on the children's, that is the children's and the adolescents, which the report says that 1 in 9 have been infected by the COVID-19 disease across 87 countries. So the report by the UNICEF or analyzed by the United Nations Children's Fund, which was released on the World Children's Day, that is on November 20. Again, these are all keywords for the prelims perspective. So the UNICEF has come up with a report titled as Averting a Lost COVID Generation, which was released on World Children's Day, and this certainly coincides the 1 year of COVID-19 spread of the virus or the disease, and it very clearly analyzes about the children and the adolescents that 1 in 9 have been infected by the SARS-CoV-2 in the 87 countries, and it highlights the trifecta threats. So it highlights the trifecta threats. So what is the trifecta threats? We will look at, there are 3, that is which the children have been faced or the adolescents have faced, which is part of disrupting the essential services, and it has impacted the rise in poverty and inequality in the children and adolescents, and then 1 in 9 have been infected by the SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19 infection in 87 countries across the globe. So these are all very crucial for the prelims perspective. And the UNICEF report. So when this is a report by UNICEF, certainly this has to be a crucial, and it is a crucial information for mains perspective, because it is a report by UNICEF. So you need to understand what the report has analyzed in regards to the children's and the adolescents across 87 countries, titled as Averting a Lost COVID Generation. And this report rejects the myth that the children are not affected. They are certainly infected by the virus, and it estimates that almost 11% of the 25.7 million are been infected, and it is reported across 87 countries up till November 3rd. And more infections have occurred along the adolescent age, which is of 10 to 19 years, and the children, when we term, the age is 0 to 9 years. So definitely this age group, that is the children's age group and the adolescent age group, that is 0 to 9 and 10 to 19 respectively, and along with that males and females, that is males compared to females have been infected more. Please understand, among males compared to females have been infected more than the females, and the children face trifecta of threats. So again, this is the keyword. Which among the following is incorrect in regards to the concept of the trifecta of threats? So trifecta is that you're coming up with three orders, which are three orders, that is you are coming up with the 3 points which are orderly placed that there could be a threat. So what is the first one? Direct consequence of the diseases, direct consequence. And the second one is interruption in essential services. And the third one is increasing poverty and inequality. And please do take it into consideration by including this trifecta of threats as part of your short notes in the exam, because this is a report by the UNICEF in regards to the number of children, that is 0 to 9 years, and the adolescent from 10 to 19 years, the number which have been infected in 87 countries across the globe is the crucial information. And UNICEF calls upon various governments to implement 6-point plan for the future generation or future children, so that it could include the bridging of digital divide. So certainly there is digital divide, and that has to be built, and that is part of the 6-point plan which the UNICEF is recommending or calling forward various governments to implement to ensure the future or bright future or better future of the children's. And that the digital divide, bridging the digital divide, will ensure the children across the globe to have access to the e-learning. And the other one is the nutrition, guaranteed nutrition and health services, and then curbing the rise in child poverty are the part of the 6-point plan which UNICEF is calling forward or wanting the governments to implement, so that the future of the children is protected across the globe. So 6-point plan by the UNICEF. This could also be the question in the mains. 6-point plan by UNICEF to secure the future of the children. So certainly the report titled which you need to look at, that is Averting a Lost COVID Generation. So we will focus at the recapitulate of DNA. This is in regards to the polity. We have looked at that the Attorney General has given the consent letter to initiate a contempt action against the comedian Kunal Kumra. And Digital Health Mission, certainly this is as per the scheme, Digital Health Mission scheme. You need to look at from health point of view how it is important that it is or it will be rolled out nationwide. And then again in regards to India-Bhutan relations, we have looked at pertaining to launching of RuPay card, India-Bhutan relations, and then how India is raising a point at the UNSC, part of the ARIA formula, that India is for immediate comprehensive ceasefire agreement formula to be taken up in Afghanistan for peace to be restored in Afghanistan. So India at UNSC for Afghan reconciliation peace process. This is crucial keyword for the mains examination. And the Malabar exercise, definitely Indo-Pacific region. We have looked at how strategically it is, and Malabar exercise which has been concluded along with the India-Thailand coordinated patrol core part also. And then this is in regards to the UNICEF report which focuses on the infection on the children's and the adolescents 0 to 9 years, 9 to 18 years. This is crucial information. That is the report of UNICEF on the children's and the adolescents who have been infected by the virus, and various steps or the 6-point plan which the UNICEF is pressing for the governments across the world to initiate and implement to protect the future of the children's. So I hope this information was very productive and useful for prelims as well as mains examination. So I would say a very big thank you to all and a good luck to you all, and then do maintain consistency, stick to your schedule, take care of your physical health and mental health, and do like the video, share the video and subscribe the video, that is of AKS IAS Academy English Medium YouTube channel. Do visit the AKS IAS Academy website and then subscribe the Telegram link of Advanced Knowledge System, that is AKS IAS Academy. Again, I would say a big thank you and good luck, and then see you again at 7:30 am on Monday for the daily news analysis. So see you on Monday, and then all the best for your preparation. Thank you very much.